So today I'm going to be showing you how to create this look that I have on my face right now. I created it like in my head a while back when I first purchased this liner. It's the Wet n Wild graphic marker eyeliner in Eyeliner Blue. And for some reason this is just what I thought of in my head, so I figured I'd finally create it. Of course the faux lip is optional. I just thought I'd give it a try. You could throw on some fake lashes if you wanted to, but today I'm just leaving it like this. Something new, and I've seen it around and I kind of like how it looks. I wouldn't personally wear this out, but I do think it's pretty fun. I figured that I'd do like a kind of neutral eye with like a nude type of neutral ombre-ish lip and the faux lip brand. I don't know, I just thought it was pretty cool in my head, so I finally created it. If you guys want to learn how to get this look, then just keep on watching. Started off priming my eyelids with the Wet n Wild eyeshadow primer. This just ensured that my eyeshadow stayed on all day, which it did, and it just covered some of the veiny areas I have on my eyelids. And then I just set that with some translucent powder so that the eyeshadows could go on smoothly. I'm using the BH Cosmetics Marble Collection palette in Warm Stone, and this quick change to quickly change my eyeshadow from an eyeshadow brush that I had already used. I'm going in with this like caramel type of color. However, it just didn't translate well on my eyelids. I don't know if anyone else had this same problem, but some of the eyeshadows were either a hit or a miss in my opinion. This one was definitely a miss for me. So I went in with this deeper color and started out on my outer edge. I wanted to use this color initially to just deepen up the look a bit, but because the first shadow it looks like I didn't apply anything on, and I cut a lot of me going back and forth from this video, just going into the color. There was a lot of kick up, but it just didn't go on my eyelid for whatever reason. So I'm using this darker color, as you can see here, to go in my crease, and just ended up using this as my transition color. So I'm going back and forth, just blending it all out, trying to figure out where went wrong with the first color. But that's pretty much all I'm doing. And then I wet this eyeshadow brush and went in with this really pretty white iridescent type of color and applied that on my lid. I don't know why I did this, because I always apply my lid colors with my fingers. I just feel like it's the best way to do it, in my opinion. But for whatever reason, I didn't do it this time. And the shadow came on a bit chalky. It took a lot for me to work with. So I just ended up going in with my finger. As you can see here, it just applies so much better than with a brush. And like I said, it was a little bit chalky, but the color is still really pretty and it was easy to work with. So I'm going back in with that deeper mahogany brown type of color and blending out those outer edges here. And I'm using these two darker colors to deepen it up a little bit, since the other one didn't work out. I'm applying it right on the outer edge and then blending it in. And then I just kept doing that until I got the look that I wanted to. Nothing too deep, nothing too crazy. I'm going back in with that white shade to make the color more vibrant if I overblend it a bit. And then I'm just here going back and forth with the colors, just to have them stand out a bit more. Just applying here, blending here, and that's really all I'm doing. That's really what I mostly do at the end of any eyeshadow look, just going back and forth. So then I went in with the star of the show, the Wet n Wild graphic marker eyeliner in Eyeliner Blue. This came out a little bit lighter than I thought it would. I thought it would be more of a really dark navy blue, but it was still really pretty, and it has this marker type tip, which made it super easy to apply, especially because I personally love a thinner wing. It just looks best on my eyelids. My wings can't be too high just because of my like slightly hooded eyelids. I almost forgot that word just now. But yeah, so I just went in, and I normally don't film this part, or I normally don't put it in the video because it takes me forever. I have really bad vision, and when I make my videos, I don't wear my glasses, so I have to be like really up close and personal with my mirror, but I show it as much as I could until I just really couldn't make out the lines. So then I went in with this navy blue eyeliner from Rimmel, and I tight lined. I also used it on my waterline afterwards, but now I'm cleaning up the fallout that must have happened that went on my face, and I'm going in with the Maybelline primer in Blur and Illuminate. I've been really into just luminous skin rather than matte this summer, and usually I'm just a matte girl like all year round, but I'm just trying to change things up a bit, so this primer helped me out, and it does help my pores out. I have really large pores, and I'm going in with the Maybelline Fit Me foundation today. This is one of my favorite foundations from the drugstore. I have like 3 of these because, as you can see right now, I'm a bit tanner than I usually am. I'm using 220 on the inner portions of my face and 228 on the outer portions of my face, just because I wasn't too sure what would be too dark and what would be too light, so I just used the 2. I wish this would have a pump, but let's get real here. I wish all foundations would have a pump. But yeah, I'm just spotting it all over my face, and then I'm going to use the Eco Tools sponge. This was the first time that I actually used this sponge. I know you've seen it in my previous videos, but this was the first initial time that I ever used this sponge. And I have to say, it's definitely one of my new favorites. I love the shape of it. I love how one side is completely flat. It just makes getting into the corners and creases of the face super easy, especially the under eye and just trying to cover up the brow. I know we hate it when we get foundation on our brows or anything like that, if you like to do your brows before your foundation like I do. So now I'm going in with the Rimmel concealer and highlighter, one of my top favorite concealers from the drugstore. I just really like that I don't have to correct my under eyes. It doesn't make my under eyes look gray after concealer when they're dark. So I truly appreciate it, and I don't know, this concealer is magic to me. So which is why I already went through like 2 already, and I have 3 on hand always. Anyways, again, this sponge is awesome for getting into those creases and corners. Oh, obsessed with it. And it comes in a pack of 2. The other one is smaller, which I keep in my car because, when you live life on the go, you just have to be ready at all times. So now I'm pressing on some pressed powder with this Wet n Wild powder brush. You want to press in powder when you're trying to set your face. That way nothing underneath slides around or anything like that. And I'm going in with the NYC translucent powder with this e.l.f. concealer brush to set my under eye area. That way, again, it doesn't crease up, it doesn't cake up. You don't want that to happen, and you want it to last all day, which it definitely did. And I'm using the same crease shades that I used on my lids to line my lower lash line. I feel like this makes a really big difference, especially in your eye shape. I feel like it makes your eyes look a bit larger. And again, I'm putting on this navy blue liner on my waterline. So here, I used this e.l.f. bronzer. It was the first time that I ever used it. I've had it for a long time, so I figured I'd give it a go. However, it didn't really do much bronzing. As you can see, I was not impressed. So I ditched it, and I went in with the BH Cosmetics bronzer. This is one of my favorites. And of course, it wouldn't be right if I just didn't do my makeup right on camera. I pretty much contoured half of my forehead. I don't know if it bothers you as much as it bothers me, but I just want you to know that I did realize, okay? I did realize afterwards. And now I'm using the Wet n Wild contour palette in Dulce de Leche. I used the contour shade to contour my cheeks a bit, and then I used the lighter shade to brighten up my under eyes a bit more. I'm using the e.l.f. illuminating powder. What? Illuminating palette to highlight my cheekbones and my upper brow bone. And I just like matching my cheek highlight with my brow bone highlight. I don't know. It just makes me feel good inside. And now I'm using the lip liner from Wet n Wild. They have these gel lip liners that are thebomb.com. And I'm using their liquid lipstick in Nudie Patootie. Now I know it looks a little bit crazy, but like I said, I had a vision in my mind, okay? So I was going to somehow create it. I used this liquid lipstick on the center of my lips because this obviously gives me concealer lips. And then I went back in with the liner to pretty much ombre out my lips. I used it on the outer edges. And then I created the faux lip ring by applying a straight line down the center of my lower lip. I naturally have a crease right in the center of my lower lip, so this was a little bit harder for me to do. I kept messing up, but I ended up doing it regardless. And then I'm cleaning up my contour a bit, which I never usually do. I don't know why, but I've become obsessed now. I literally just filmed the intro to this video, and I forgot to put mascara on. Oh man. Stop! I hate when you do that. Hey, Bob, can you come here? I can't like start speaking. One more time. Freak. Brain fart. Are you there? I need your support.